In this video, we're going to create the joints for the spine, head, and neck. Go and grab your joint tool. Go to your side view. Holding down X, we're going to snap to grid. You're going to click at the bottom. Then you're going to click at the top. And we're going to go pretty high. Maybe somewhere all the way here. And then you're going to select the bottom joint, Control A, and try to zero things out as well, except for the Z. You cannot zero that one out. With the root joint selected, we're going to go ahead and move that, holding down the V as in Victor, so that we can snap it to the hip joint. So notice how I grabbed it from the middle and then move it around up until it snaps into place. Make sure that the end joint is all the way at the top of the head. And I'll just move this slightly here, making sure that my orient's still at the 0, 0. Click enter. I'm gonna go back to the channel box and just round up these values. Now let's go back to the side view. Now we're gonna go to the side view and start splitting up and segmenting the actual spine. Let's go to skeleton, and we're gonna use now the insert joint tool. Let's click on joint 1. And now we're gonna click and drag somewhere around the belly, probably here. Now I'm gonna click and drag somewhere around the chest. Let's try that again. Here we go. Now let's gonna click and drag at the base of the neck. Click and drag. Click and drag, middle of the neck, and lastly, click and drag one more time for where the head and the neck meet. At this point, we're going to start now relabeling each one of these joints. Let's go to the joint 1, and this one we're going to call it bind_root 01. We're going to grab this name, Control C to copy it, click enter. Then we're going to move on to the next one, and this one will label it bind_back 01. Let's call this one bind_chest 01. Up next, let's call this one bind_neck_A01. Let's go ahead and grab that, copy that, and the one that follows that. Remember, this is just by clicking the down arrow on your keyboard. So after bind neck A01, we'll now do for the next one bind neck B01. Here we're gonna go with bind head 01, and lastly we're gonna go with BE head 01. Once we've completed that stage, we're now gonna place the root joint on the skeleton group. So let's grab both of these and we middle mouse button into skeleton group, and so we can now grab the bind root and middle mouse button, place it in between the skeleton group and the bind pelvis group, so that when select pelvis and then select bind and hit P on your keyboard. Once you've done that correctly, when you select your root, you should be able to select the entire rig.